England 1, Spain 2 in the European Championship Final. Another final loss for England. Where do we start with this? England didn't deserve to win this final today. And Spain deserved to win the whole tournament. Let's start positively. Congratulations to Spain. Fantastic football team. Really good ideology, really good players, really good system. They deserve to win it. 100% they did. The whole tournament. Played 7, won 7. You can't argue against that. However, England fan, clearly. All of us that are watching this that are England fans, anyone that's probably brave enough to, knows that this is difficult to take. It is hard. One thing I will say is easier to take than the 2021 final, in my opinion, because I thought in that game and in that tournament, England were the best team in it, and we bottled the final. That was the really heartbreaking thing. Now, I don't think we've been that good all tournament, as you've heard me say on here before. And I think that there's teams that are definitely better than us. We were lucky with the side of the draw that we were on. We made the semi-final in 2018, being on the favourable side of the draw. We've done it again now. We come up against France in the World Cup in 2022. We were on the wrong side of the draw. I mean, I don't think there'd have been a right side of the draw, to be fair, but in that one. But we came up against France and we got it essentially handed to us, you know. But the problem for me, we'll go to that France game and then go to this one because they're quite close together in comparison. That France game, we had it at our fingertips. It was there if we wanted it, and we didn't perform. And obviously we get back to 1-1, then go 2-1 down, and then Kane misses the penalty that would have made it 2-2. But when was the last time England in a game really went and dominated it, took the lead and kept the lead for a prolonged period of time and went on? Well, that essentially was the 2021 final, the Euro 2020 final. We took the lead early, probably too early in many people's eyes. And then we went from there, and obviously we know what happens. But the thing about this tournament for England is I don't think we've been good at all. I don't think we've been really good at all, other than the first half and a stretch of the Holland game. I don't think we were good against the Swiss. I don't think we were good against Serbia, the Danes, Slovenia and Slovakia. I don't think we were good against any of them. And I mean, we were the only team that went behind in all 4 stages of the knockout rounds. And then we started playing. The annoying thing about it, and I know this is going to be very controversial to say, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. We looked so much better when Ollie Watkins came on. We looked so much better when subs come on. We looked so much better in general when we were doing not what Southgate originally planned. Which now makes me think, and I've said it before, I've been Southgate's biggest supporter at times. He has given me the best England team I've seen in my lifetime. I'm 26. Better than the golden generation. The terrible results that we had there. The weird years between 2010 and 2018. The Euros, the World Cup, the other Euros. We lost to Iceland. We have made progress, and I'm eternally grateful for that. What I'm not happy with is we made it so far in 2018, and we were like, yes, buzzing, Southgate deserves to come back. And then we made the 2021 final, the 2020 final, and we were like, yeah, no, Southgate does deserve to come back, although the fact that his decision essentially bottled us the final. And then we got to 2022, and we didn't perform in the World Cup because we come up against a team of quality who we could have probably beaten, actually, I would say. I don't think we win that tournament, but we could have beaten France. And then we come up against Spain today, who I do believe were beatable. I do believe they were beatable. But we started too late. You know, the first half we were poor. We were poor because we didn't go forward. And we have got so much attacking talent, like it's unbelievable how much attacking talent we've got. And we can't play it all at the same time because that's not how football works. You can't play it all, but you've got to make the most of it all. You know, you're not taking Maddison and Grealish and Rashford as just as a 3. But then you're seeing Anthony Gordon get essentially 5 minutes. You're getting Ivan Toney getting scraps. Ollie Watkins started off as like the first choice sub, and then we didn't see him again for ages, and then he scores in the semi-final. I was crying out for this. But England have to think about where we are as a nation. And I think we've got a great squad. We've got so much talent. It's all there. It's very obvious to see. But we actually have no idea what to do with it. Because you look at Spain and how they've played. Spain have always, since the 2008 final, have always played a very similar way. Keep the ball, dominate possession. When we want to go quick, we'll go quick. When we want to slow the game down, we slow it down. It's very much on our terms. That's how Spain play. France, their tactic, very much blow teams out of the water. That's what they do. So they couldn't do well this tournament because they didn't blow teams away. You know, they were lucky in a few results. When they come up against team equality, i.e. Spain, they went down because they couldn't blow them away. They could not blow them away. You look at Argentina. Argentina's defence in years gone by, talking outside of Europe now, but in years gone by, their tactic has been go forward because we haven't got a defence. And we will go and win games 5-4 or whatever it is. The World Cup final was 3-3. You know, and they won it on penalties. But you've got to start looking at the bigger picture. Like, everyone has their identity, but England don't. The identity at the moment is we'll sort of see, we'll throw it at the wall, see what sticks, and then we go from there. We're changing from a 3 at the back to a 4 at the back to a 5 at the back to Bellingham left wing and Foden left wing and all these people. And it just seems to be the same things that are going round and round and round. And I think this is what England really need. Is I don't ever want to turn around and say, Southgate, you're not the one and you don't turn me on and all this sort of stuff. But I think he's run his race. And I'm eternally grateful that he has run that race. But we've got to start thinking of the bigger picture now. And I do believe it is time for Southgate to go. Now, I've heard the rumours that apparently the FA want to keep him on. I don't know if that's just publicity because why would you go against your manager when you're coming up towards a final? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I know as an England fan, it's not good enough. And we all know it's not good enough. The shirt is heavy. We've seen it in the past. It's heavy. We created this game of football, but we are the ones that can't get over the line. 58 years. The next time we get a chance to go for silverware, it will be 60 years since we last won something. And that's mental. It is mental. You think, not even forget this team. Think about the years we've had, the teams we have down the years. When was the last one we ever went, yeah, that's our style of play, that's what we're going to do? Like, the best things we've done in this tournament have been essentially park football, which has been great. If you want to keep to park football is our way of going and doing it. After a while, you get the right idea, the right rhythms together, the right patterns of play. You can do something. But what I want to do as a football fan and what all teams want to do as football fans, we all agree with this. We want to be the ones that are in control and get on the ball and dominate a game and win because we are better than whoever we're playing against. Not because they've let it go a little bit or, an opportunity's fallen to us that hasn't to them, or the referees on our side, not theirs. You want to go and win games of football because you deserve to win them. And we haven't done that for a long time, essentially. And I think that comes to a manager point of view. I think it also comes slightly to the FA and how they sort of value it. But I think also as well, what I will turn around and say is English football is in very safe hands in terms of the players that we've got coming up. Mark Gahey has not been brilliant at this tournament, but has been very good. And I'm very happy that we have him. He is only going to get better. You look at someone like Kobe Mainoo, fantastic. You look at Declan Rice, what isn't his best tournament, but you get the right tactical know-how, you could get him playing. Palmer has come off the bench and in the last 2 games got an assist and scored off the bench. And England, there's a theme around Palmer that he comes off the bench and England start playing better. There's also been a thing around this tournament where you look at Bellingham and look at Foden and you look at Ollie Watkins, you look at Bukayo Saka, you look at Gordon and Eze and even people like Adam Wharton, who I don't think we saw at this tournament at all. These are players that can play. But what are we playing? What's the formation? What's the style? What have we got time to learn and grow into? Because I looked at the Slovakia game, I think it was Slovakia. They were very much like, we know what we want to do and we're going to stick to it and we'll live and die by that sword. And they did eventually die by it. But they also come up against a team that has got way more talent than they do. But they had an idea. They had a system, something they believed in, something that they worked on, something that they trained hard for. And it got them the lead against us. And we were lucky to get past them. We were lucky. You look at the Swiss. with what they're doing. Yeah, a couple of their players are hitting form now. Look at someone like Granit Xhaka. But realistically, how much has that Swiss team changed over the last 8 years or so? They have the idea, they know what they want to do, and they will stick by it because it's done so well for them. And they haven't got the talent that we've got. This is what I want to see more from England. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not disappointed and I'm not heartbroken and all this stuff, because I'd be lying, as every England fan would. But the Dutch football system works better than ours does. The French football system works better than ours does. The Spanish football system works better than ours does. You know, they're the other 4 teams that are in a semi-final. If there was a third place playoff and we hadn't have gone through to the final, I think, would have come fourth. We were not, I'm not going to say we were lucky, because we did stick with it at certain times, and everyone's going, oh, Southgate made the decisions. Forget about that. Forget about individual people. It's a bigger picture. It's what we want as fans, and it's what I think we deserve to have our voices heard about as well. Let me know what you think, because, I mean, it's heartbreaking. If you're also from outside of England as well, let me know what you think, because I was watching it in an Irish bar and there was a few people that weren't supporting England, but their reactions were just more sort of to wind up the people that are in there. If you watch the game and want to be subjective, you know, let me know what you think, because I want to hear more. I want to hear more about how you think England could be better, because I think that the talent that we've got and the ideas that we've got don't match up. And it's going to cost us for a long period of time. I want to see football come home in my lifetime. That is honestly probably number 1 on my bucket list. Number 2 below marrying my missus and have kids. But that's my football goal, is to see football come home. I want to see it, and we all want to see it. Every England fan wants to see it, because there's been people that live whole lifetimes and have never seen it. I want to be one of the lucky ones that does. But playing the way that we do now, even with the talent that we've got now, clearly isn't enough. So we need to do something different. I said it to my dad, and he said it to me. I think we need a foreign manager, someone who's going to come in with a little bit more know-how, a little bit more of an idea, a little bit more of a spark. But I don't know. I'll have to see about that. Anyway, let me know what you think. It's heartbreaking. I was vlogging all evening as well, just in case we won. But yeah, it's going to be a long few weeks now without football with this sort of dwelling. Well done to Spain. Let's not lie to ourselves. Well done. Fully deserved to win it. Can't say fairer than that. It's a bummer. It really is a bummer. I don't know how to finish this video. Thanks for watching. This is tough. It is.